Today, the topic I wanted to talk about is the topic of universal income. So, why did I choose this and how is it related to AI exactly? So, as we already know, AI is going to make a big revolution in the job market. As the historian Yuval Noah Harari mentioned in his book Homo Deus, A Brief History of Tomorrow, the job market has always evolved with technology. First, when tractor was invented to help farmers, farm workers lost their jobs. So what happened next? Farm workers became factory workers in the industry. And when the automation reached industry, these factory workers became cashiers in some supermarkets. Okay? So now with AI, we will see the emergence of new jobs like data scientists or machine learning specialists, which are more high skill jobs, jobs that require high education. Are the people going to keep up with that? It is a big question. And it is very unlikely because education in some countries very pricey. Uh, Not everybody wants to pursue high education. So it's very unlikely. That's why Yuval Noah Harari is saying that AI will cause the emergence of a new class that we will call, quote unquote, the useless class. And some researchers are thinking about putting in place as a solution a universal income to help this class of people to survive in this new society caused by AI. So, what is universal basic income and who exactly will benefit from it? So, this idea of universal basic income is an idea that we can find in the book of Thomas More, the famous book Utopia. And in this book, every citizen of the imaginary country depicted by Thomas More was given some means of livelihood, quote unquote. And the idea behind the universal income is almost the same as the original idea of Thomas More. The idea is to give every citizen, regardless of means, unconditionally, a sum of money regularly and for life, usually enough that they don't need to work. How will it be financed? Is a question that we can ask. It will be financed by taxes on companies and on rich people, principally. So it means that there is also a limit to the money that we can gather in order to distribute it to the people. So now, what are the pros and what are the cons of this idea? One good point is that it provides some sense of social justice, and this is needed now and in the future more than any time before because the income of the middle class and the low classes of society is stagnating or decreasing in some countries. Meanwhile, for the rich people, everything is fine. The rich people are becoming richer and richer. It may also allow people to choose a job based on what they love and not be forced into an unfulfilling career. And it also may allow people to take time to re educate themselves, give a supplement of income to people who have low income jobs also. One of the main cons is that many researchers do not agree on how much is enough to live a decent life. Some of them suggest 800 euros, some suggest less, some suggest more. Nevertheless, if we take like 1,000 euros, it is not enough to live a decent life in a Western country. So the idea may not be sustainable given the amount of money we can raise with taxes, which is, as I said earlier, limited. Some fear also that it encourages the population to be lazy and not look for jobs. In Finland, an experiment was conducted where the universal income given to people was 560 euros by month, and researchers observed a better well-being of the people, but it did not really encourage people who are jobless to find a job. So yes, but we can also notice that people who had jobs were not discouraged to go on with them. So it's also a point that we should make. So to conclude, there is some more reflection that needs to be conducted, but universal income can be a great idea in order for society to adapt to life with AI.